What's up, my brothers and my sisters from another mister? So today we're going to do a comic book review of Haunt, issue number 10. This is an epic and brutal torture showdown with Mr. Hurg versus Haunt, and there's going to be a villainous, sinister plot twist at the very end of this issue, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. So before we get to the end of this issue, we begin this issue with the brutal torture scene. Chains, blows being landed, and he just gets wailed on, blood dripping, brass knuckles, brutal, and who knows how long he's been being tortured. So this guy asks Mr. Hurg, how far are you willing to go with this guy, because he's not giving me anything and I'm not sure how much longer he can take. So Mr. Hurg takes a bite of his apple and asks him the question, your suit, it disappeared before you were brought back here. Where did it go and what is it made of? So Daniel tells him the truth and he's just beaten, man. Like, look, man, the suit is my brother. He was killed recently by your people. Don't think that makes us square. He visits me as a ghost, enters into a realm, emerging as an ectoplasm suit. But that's what it's called, it's an ectoplasm suit. I don't know where he is right now, I haven't seen him. And based on their last issue, they've bonded longer than what they're supposed to. They pushed it to the limit, or Daniel pushed it to the limit. So after telling him this information, Daniel Kilgore asks him, can I go? Is that all the information you want about my suit? Can you let me go now? And Hurg looks at him like, you think this is funny? You can have a man beat you the way this man is beating you and you still act like this is a game? But just so we're clear on just how much this isn't a game, Hurg lands a blow so powerful in Daniel's midsection while he's just standing still that you can see gas coming out of his ass. And you know that's gotta crack a rib or two, and that's gonna knock him out cold, which in fact it does. So Hurg leaves the room, takes another bite of his apple, just calm and cool, collected as he is, and he tells his torturer guy, let me know when he wakes up. So Hurg leaves the room, and one of the doctors in the room, along with Cobra, former director Rhodes, who was the mole, and his two women are like, well. So the doctor asks him, how is the subject holding up? And Hurg is like, oh, he'll live for a little while longer. At least we're not going too hard on him before we let him go. And the doctor's like, well, if at all possible, I would really like to get a chance to study him before you kill him, because the suit has to be somewhere, and I want to study how this guy bonded with the suit and the scientific reasons behind it. Cobra's pissed, like, no one gets to kill him but me. But that was the deal. I didn't have to bring him here when we fought in the last issue. I could have just killed him, but I brought him here because I thought he could be useful for something. He's mine. Hurg gets pissed. He doesn't like his authority being questioned. He looks back at his ladies like, all right, ladies, now let's get back to it. So back to the torture scene. Daniel wakes up. Where were you? And he's talking to his brother Kurt. So the torture's like, I didn't go anywhere, baby. You ready for some more? And Kurt is like, I don't know, it was weird. I was with you, we were falling, then suddenly I'm here. We've never been bonded for that long. I don't know what happened to me. And you could tell Daniel just transported through that little portal back there. You could barely see the Haunt symbol right there. So Daniel asks him the big old question. You think you got enough energy to take this guy down and get us out of here? Yep. Haunt goes to work. Hurg is thinking, well, sounds like Constantine is at it again. Ladies, would you care to watch this? Well, before they can go in and watch it, Haunt comes out and pie faces him to the ground. Cobra gets up. That's my guy. And all Haunt can do is like, well, Hurg, you're the first person I attack. You're the big guy doing all this stuff with me. And you're using Dr. Schillinger's notebook to make weapons. Well, I gotta get you out of here and use you as my escape. He throws him out the window. And then I realize it's actually a skyscraper they're falling out of. So Agent Rhodes tells Cobra, until Hurg returns, I'm calling the shots. No, not up for debate. And Cobra's like, that's cool with me. So Haunt tries to use the suit to break the fall. Hurg is going to work on Haunt, but nothing is slowing them down until they eventually impact on the floor. Hurg is knocked out unconsciously. Haunt locates his cell phone, calls back to base, tells his little clearance code, trace this phone back, have this phone traced back, and pick up the package in possession. I'm ready to go. Van pulls up, picks up Haunt, picks up Kirk right before Cobra and Director Rhodes, or former Director Rhodes, the mole, we're just gonna call her Miss Rhodes, gets there. I don't know what the red eyes behind the wall right there is all about. Hopefully we'll get that answered in future issues. So Cobra goes back to his place and his girl is like, well, I thought I heard glass breaking. And Cobra's panicking like, things went tits up. Kilgore escaped, that magic happy's got activated, and Hurg and his idiot interrogator weren't even prepared for it. So Kilgore, Hunt, whatever he's called, he's escaped and he's just going to work, bitching, complaining about this. And his girl, calm and collected as ever. Excuse me, but why are you bitching about this? Screw Hurg. Isn't this a good thing? Let them keep the bastard. If you play this right, you could end up taking over the whole organization. And the thing is, Cobra's like, nah, don't misunderstand me. I appreciate the sudden show of support, but that's a pipe dream. I'm really good at stabbing. I don't want to lead. Plus, these guys don't respect me if I lead. So now Daniel's back at base and he gets greeted by all the geeks. Kurt's like, yo man, this is pissing me off, man. Hey man, we thought you're never coming back. I was so worried about you. What a relief. Now Daniel sees the crush, the girl that asked him to be his roommate a couple issues back. Hey, you know what? You have to excuse me. Good to see you. Oh, Agent Kilgore, hello. So good to see you made it back. Mostly in one piece, that is. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, all things considered, because of those pain pills you guys gave me. I mean, it looks worse than it feels. But listen, are you still up for being a roommate? And she's like, oh my god, I'm totally up for being a roommate. I'm glad that you're interested. I don't hate it here, but I just can't wait to get a place outside that I could call home. But I need someone to live with, and it's a great spacious place nearby. And Daniel's like, I think I could just trust your endorsement. I don't have to check it out. And obviously you could tell that there's some kind of tension building up between the two, but hey, I'm all for it, whatever, you know. She could be the Mary Jane to Daniel Kilgore's Peter Parker, you know what I mean? So as she leaves, she tells Daniel Kilgore, you're not gonna regret this. I'm clean, quiet, and I smell great. This is gonna be fun. Oh, and I almost forgot. Tech wanted me to give you this program. It's a thumb scan. It'll give you the address to the safe house where they're questioning Hurg right now, and they want you there right away. But before he can get there, we get this scene in this dark room right here with these guys, I guess they're Hurg's associates, telling Rhodes, we don't like being kept waiting, Miss Rhodes. And Miss Rhodes is like, well, neither do we. And I say we go ahead and start without my esteemed employer, Mr. Hurg. And I assure you it must be something extremely serious that is keeping him. Yeah, BS, not even a call or a text. This is unacceptable. We will have our terms met, and we expect delivery of the soldier drones in 3 days. No excuses. And Rhodes is like, well, that works perfectly for us because we're conducting our first field test tonight, whatever that means. So Daniel gets to the safe house. He thought it was the wrong place at first because it's way off grid. And Beth is like, well, welcome Agent Kilgore. I'm glad you could make it. I figured you appreciate being in the room. So it's Beth, Daniel, and all these interrogators in there with Hurg tied up. And Daniel's like, well, are you able to get anything out of him? Because I don't think the brother's gonna talk. And any clue what they've been doing with Dr. Schillinger's notes? Nope, nothing yet. These guys are the best. He will tell us what we want to know. Absolutely not, says Hurg. This bread is full of corn syrup and the meat's processed. I'll starve before I eat anything. Well, that's okay, then starve. And Beth is like, well, since you're skipping dinner, let's get back to it then. Do yourself a favor before we start injecting you with God knows what. Tell us what you're doing with Schillinger's notes. What were you doing at the lab we found? First of all, says Hurg, I don't know any of that ties back to me. And second of all, dear lady, don't force me to be rude. Please allow me to greet our new guest, Agent Kilgore. It's good to see you again. This guy is calm and collected and eerie, man. You're looking well. Sorry about your teeth, indicating the torture from previously. The teeth, don't worry about it. It's good to see you too, Hurg. And Daniel, all he can do is just play it off like, well, you're tired of what's the worst you could possibly do. So Hurg is like, don't get too used to it. You won't see me like this for much longer, I assure you. And Beth is like, nah, bruh, get comfortable. You're not going anywhere for a long time. You'll be begging for that sandwich before you get out of that chair. I will do no such thing, says Hurg. You people are adorable with your nerve agents and your water torture. What is that, torture class 101? So Hurg tells him, you're completely out of your league here. You could feed me my own ears and you won't get any information out of me. I would sit quietly as you remove my fingers. You could burn the flesh from my bones and I wouldn't even give you the satisfaction of a scream. But you won't even get a chance to try any of that because I was looking forward to impressing all of you. And does any one of you hear all that? And as these soldier drones coming into the room, ready to get to work on all these nerve agents and ready to do some work on them and their lives. Okay, says Hurg, cat's out of the bag. This is what we've been doing with Schillinger's research. And just wait until you see them in action. And that is the end of this issue of Haunt, issue number 10. Yo, now this is setting up beautifully, man. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. Also, link in description if you wish to add this comic book or any of our other Rated Comics exclusives to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. Lastly, this review is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to Rated Comics YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.